First of all, you got to give VCU credit. I thought they played extremely hard today, made pitches when they needed to, and outlasted us there at the end. But I'm also really proud of our guys. Thought we fought to a bitter end, and unfortunately we had some things not go our way over the course of the game. But at the end of the day, we'll have to bounce back and be a little bit better tomorrow.
All right, questions? Again, please raise your hand if you have questions for either coach. Okay.
C.L. Brown with the News and Observer. How was it explained to you in terms of the no call on the infield fly, possible infield fly situation, and the runner's interference? How was that explained?
To be honest with you, CL, I didn't get much of an explanation at all about it. As soon as all that stuff happened, we just had to move on. I had to just focus on what was getting ready to happen next. So I'm not really exactly sure what was said in regards to that.
And in a game where things like that don't break your way, how do you go about trying to, especially with Coach Forbes getting ejected too, how do you go about trying to just circle the wagons again and going out and playing your normal game?
Well, you know, we've been through a lot of difficult games and situations and circumstances over the course of the year, so I felt like our guys did a really good job responding to all of that. And I think that's why we made it really close at the end, because we've been through those situations before, and I felt like, and I know our players felt like, we were still going to win the game till the last out was made. So you got to move on quickly, and I thought we did a pretty good job of that.
Matthew Clements with Inside Carolina. Tomas, can you talk about what Brandon had working today and what made him effective during his outing?
Yeah, so he had every pitch. He could throw every pitch with command. I thought he worked both sides of the play very well, keep him off balance. And when we got in those counts that we were ahead, and he executed like all speed and stuff. So I thought he had his stuff.
Brandon, do you feel like you could have gone an inning or two more? How did you feel when you came out?
Yeah, I mean, I felt good, but you know, it was a better matchup, very engaging in that situation. So you know, it's whatever's best on the mound, and you know, that's just how we do it.
Brandon, you guys haven't lost a game in a long time. I mean, how do you feel like the mood is in the locker room right now after this being so close and knowing what's ahead of you, what you need to do to keep your season alive now?
Yeah, I mean, it stings a little bit for sure, but you know, we're not done, and I think everybody knows that. You know, VCU is a good team, and they came out and they played a good game tonight. But I think it speaks to, you know, this team, the fact that we were able to come back the way we did and make it a game there at the end. I know there's a lot of fight in this team and a lot of grit in these guys and these coaches for that matter. So, you know, I'm excited to see what we're going to do tomorrow.
Coach Gaines, from an offensive perspective, it's not like we're getting guys on base. I think you left 12 stranded. How frustrating is that after kind of the offensive performance they had yesterday?
Yeah, it was, but you know, again, we had opportunities. Unfortunately, we just couldn't quite capitalize on it tonight, and I think that's why we felt so good there at the end of the game. You know, even with 2 outs, and you know, unfortunately, that's the way baseball is at times, and got a good feeling that tomorrow those breaks will end up going our way.
Wayne with the Richmond Times-Dispatch. Bryant, what's kind of your scouting report on kind of Isaac coming in and evaluation? There's 2 at-bats for 2 homers. He obviously had 2 on Friday as well. So what was kind of be your approach on him coming in?
Well, first of all, he's really hot. And that's one of the guys that we talked about when we met. You know, he does a really good job of hitting balls that are up and out over the plate. And unfortunately, we didn't make some pitches against him tonight in some situations where we needed to, and you got to give him credit. When we made a mistake, he hit it, and you know that's what good hitters do. So you got to give him credit. He had some pretty big swings tonight.
Shelby Swanson, Daily Tar Heel. This question is for Tomas. You guys talked about missed opportunities. You guys had 2 runners on in the 2nd inning, and you slid into second, turned into a double play with that interference call. Could you just talk me through that? What was going through your head in that moment?
Yeah, so the ball was hit softly, and I was going hard in the second. I thought I had a chance, and maybe I got out. I felt like him hitting me in the head or colliding made me push out to the side a little bit, and maybe had from their eye. I was out of line, but I felt like I was going hard and directly in the bag. So
Yeah, a quick follow-up on that. How did that shift the momentum? I mean, you guys had the opportunity to get out and score first, and obviously didn't come up. Can you just talk about that?
yeah, it didn't affect us that much. We knew it was the momentum kind of went to their side, but it was the first inning or something, so we knew we were going to bounce back and stay positive and stuff.
Coach, any idea as of this point if he'll throw first game tomorrow?
We'll start Will Sandy.
Gregory Hall with Inside Carolina. Tomas, what's the mentality as you kind of quickly put this one behind you to get ready for tomorrow's game and then potentially even a doubleheader? I know you're not looking to the night game, but still, what's the quick turnaround? How do you go about that?
Yeah, well, first off, recovery is the biggest thing, and we know we got to play one game at a time. We're going to come out with some energy tomorrow, I tell you that, because we know we're not done, and we feel very confident that we're going to play our best baseball tomorrow.
Brian, you had the second inning, I think, was in with Tomas's situation there at second, and then the infield fly that's not an infield fly or whatever in the third. Did you feel like Scott was almost warranted in, objecting the way that he did, and did you feel like he was sort of warranted in doing that?
Yeah, we were all confused as to what exactly what was going on. I thought he was. I thought he had a very viable argument, and unfortunately, the umpires just didn't see it that way. But it's unfortunate, but at the same time, it's I guess it's just part of it tonight. It's just one of those things.
Tomas, on that play, were you surprised at the end of that play that particular call was made, and you got kneed in the head? How did that? Were you okay after that?
Yeah, it stung me a little bit, but I really did think it was no. I was just going hard straight in the bag, but it didn't come out that way. But I was a little stunned after it, a little shaken up.
I don't know the rules concerning this, but did Coach Forbes, did he get to address you guys after the game at all in the locker room?
Not yet. He is not.
One more question?
Brandon, can you talk about what it's like trying to get some length in the postseason? It's been so important for the starting pitchers to keep out of the pen. Can you talk about how important it was for going long?
Yeah, and it's important all year. Anytime you can go out there and give your team some length, that's really key. Especially now in the postseason when we get into situations like we are now, where we're going to have to play 2 games, and then we'll see what happens from there. But it's just important to go out there and give as much length as you can and take some stress off those guys so they can be fresh when they're needed.
Anybody else have anything? Shelby, you have one more?
Yeah, a quick question for Coach Gaines. There's a little bit of a bobble from Soretti. I think it was the 7th inning. Did he talk to you at all about what went on there for the play at first?
No, he didn't. Just one of those plays where the guy got down the line a little bit quicker than he got it over to first.
Everybody good? All right. Thanks so much.
Thanks, guys.